Blair Witch. Now look, before I talk about the Blair Witch, let me first talk about the original The Blair Witch Project. I watched it 2 nights ago because I basically heard that it was the godfather of the found footage genre. And I gotta tell you guys, that movie, I think it came out in 1999. That is a great horror movie. Apparently people actually thought it was real when it first came out, and I could totally understand that because I even kind of think it's real today. The acting was incredible in that movie. I mean, and let me emphasize the fact that it just felt so real. Even the audio wasn't very good. The video wasn't very good. But that's how those people would actually film things, because they don't have super high-def cameras that are like $5,000. The last 20 minutes of that movie? Oh, God. The Blair Witch Project. It's how found footage movies should be done. Check it out. Now let's talk about the Blair Witch. Directed by Adam Wingard, who's actually proved himself to be a very competent director. He directed The Guest, which is a very good movie. I think it's on Netflix. And starring a whole bunch of no-name actors, Blair Witch is about the brother of the girl in the original Blair Witch Project who went missing. And basically, he wants to do a little documentary and maybe try and find his sister. He's seen the original footage. He wants to get to the bottom of it. And so he enlists a group of friends to go with him to the woods where she went missing, and also 2 weirdos. Fun. Now for this review, I think I'm going to start with the positives for this movie, okay? The last 10-15 minutes of this movie is great. It's really suspenseful, really thrilling. I think you see it in the trailer. There's a part where it's underground. That part is... it's pretty freaky. And yeah, the finale of this movie is really worth seeing. It's a lot of fun, very thrilling, thoroughly creeped me out, okay? But unfortunately, the movie before that kind of seen it all before, but in a much better way. Blair Witch, I'm sorry to say it guys, is essentially a carbon copy of the original, except for it's not as good, not as well acted, not as well directed. There are jump scares in this one. There weren't any in the original. And, well, the characters are stupid, which is my biggest complaint with modern horror movies. Logic is a severely undervalued quality in this movie. And back to the fact that it's basically a copy, I mean, you can predict this movie. Like, I predicted when each scare would come, when this person would go off, this would happen to them, and I'd be right. And that is so annoying. I mean, why? I hate copycats, and Blair Witch is a copycat, and it's not even that good of one. I mean, I guess one aspect of the movie that is pretty interesting is they utilize new technology pretty well. They've got cameras behind their ears, they've got like a remote-controlled drone thing that goes up in the air and surveys the forest. Me personally, though, I really liked the old style found footage that was used in the Blair Witch Project, where they just weren't that great of cameras. Like, these kids weren't rich, obviously, and it just made it more real. More scary. I don't know, just super high def takes me out of the experience, because whatever. It's not a flaw, it's just me. And look, while I said I liked the ending to this movie, and I certainly did, it was very thrilling, very scary, it was what I had come to see, I must say I was a little bit disappointed by the actual ending. I thought they were going to take it in the direction of some Blair Witch lore, like some old lore that you had heard about. I thought they were going to do this wild kind of quasi plotline, but they didn't. They actually ended the movie in the exact same way as the original. Like, pretty much the exact same way. Not joking. And that was just really disappointing. Blair Witch gets a C. Guys, if you haven't seen the original Blair Witch Project, I strongly recommend it. Definitely don't see this movie before seeing the original, because you'll just ruin the original for yourself. I mean, honestly, like, the original's great and this one copies it so much. But if you have seen the Blair Witch Project, going into this one, just as long as you don't have the attitude that it's going to be a tour de force of horror, you'll probably have a good time. I mean, it's fun. Go and see it with some friends. I mean, you probably won't be scared for most of it, but the ending is quite chilling at times. But anyways, tell me guys, have you seen Blair Witch or the Blair Witch Project? If so, comment below, tell me what you think about either of them or both of them. And if you like this video, please like it and subscribe, tell your friends about the channel. Also, don't forget about that Q&A. I'm going to be answering it this week. Oh, and some friendly advice before you go. If you're planning on going on a camping trip here soon, don't watch the Blair Witch Project. It will ruin your camping trip, because you will not sleep.